Now, the Rams Sports Desk.
All right, each week we are giving you the tools to become a smarter better by showing you how the pros are laying their money. And for that, we turn to one of the pros in Vegas. He is the co-host of the Bet the Board podcast. Here's Payne Insider.
Appreciate you having me on tonight, Steve. And it's good to talk a little NFL because there's a couple of great primetime matchups for Week 12. But there's really two games specifically that caught the attention of professional bettors this week. The first one is actually Sunday Night Football with the Vikings and Bears. And really it's about one team in Minnesota kind of trending up and getting healthier. And we think the Bears could just be a little overrated right now, you know? Take nothing away from Matt Nagy and Vic Fangio. Those guys are geniuses. But you look offensively for Chicago and Mitch Trubisky. His best 3 games of the season came against Miami, Detroit, and Tampa. Those 3 teams, 23rd, 30th, and 31st in defensive efficiency. The 5 games where Trubisky has played a defense that ranks above average in efficiency, he threw for 135 against Buffalo, 171 against Green Bay, 220 against the Jets, 200 versus Seattle, and 220 against Arizona. This Vikings defense with Mike Zimmer, 2 weeks to prepare, is just the far tougher challenge here for Trubisky, I think. Then you look at defensively for Chicago. They're great, ranked #1 in defensive efficiency, but again, maybe a little overrated. The Bears have faced, get this, Nathan Peterman, Sam Bradford, Brock Osweiler, Sam Darnold, Deshaun Kaiser, and Jameis Winston at one point or another this season. Now you get Kirk Cousins with a healthy Diggs, Thielen, and Delvin Cook, who's a full go. He provides a different dimension to this Vikings offense, and that's why professional bettors love Minnesota +3 this week. The last game we can talk about, Steve, it just doesn't seem to be getting a lot of national attention, and that's odd to me because both Houston and Washington, they're division leaders. Where professional bettors have focused their attention so far this week is on the total. They went under 21.5 points scored in the first half. The Redskins offense right now just isn't very good, not doing a lot through the air with Alex Smith. He's really regressed, so they're 20th in overall offensive efficiency, despite playing the second easiest schedule of defenses. Now you have a Houston defense coming to town. They're 3rd best in the NFL, and they're getting healthier. Bill O'Brien this week came out at his presser. He was optimistic and said that both Jonathan Joseph and Aaron Colvin, one of the league's best slot corners, could return this week. That would be huge for the Texans secondary. And up front, you have J.J. Watt, Clowney, Merciless. They're going against a Redskins offensive line that will be without 3 starters. You look at the other side of the ball, offensively for the Texans. They could start a little slow. We've seen that happen frequently with teams coming off the bye under the new CBA rules because there's limited practice time. And where the Texans offense is best right now is through the air. Washington's defense 9th in passing success rate. And we really think without Will Fuller, it's just a huge blow to this Texans offense. I know they went out, signed, and traded for Demaryius Thomas, but you look at Deshaun Watson's games during his career without Will Fuller on the field, there's a drastic drop-off in just every category. Completion rate, passer rating, touchdowns. The Texans offense without Will Fuller averages 1.5 touchdowns less per game. For all those reasons, first half under 21.5 is very sharp, Steve.